All right, so are you ready to dive into Microsoft 365 Copilot with us today?
Always ready to talk AI.
Okay, perfect. So basically, our listener wants the inside scoop on how this AI tool can seriously boost their productivity.
Right.
And we're going to be using that Microsoft Learn article they sent over from September 2024 to guide us.
Okay.
Our listener wants to know, like, not just what it does, on the surface,
Yeah.
but the behind the scenes, like, how does it actually work? And
Hmm.
one of the things that jumped out at me in this article was how it uses something called graph-grounded chat, which sounds super technical,
Okay.
but basically it lets Copilot use your data to draft content, to review stuff you might have missed,
Yeah.
even to answer questions based on your specific needs.
It's that real-time element that's the real game changer with Copilot.
Okay, so the article calls it an AI-powered productivity tool with real-time intelligence.
Exactly.
But what does that actually look like?
So, like, imagine this. You're writing an email and need to quickly reference details from a recent project.
Okay.
Copilot can instantly pull up relevant files and data from your OneDrive, like as you're typing.
Wow.
No more like digging through folders or trying to remember where you save things.
Right.
It's like having a super organized assistant who can instantly access everything you need.
That makes a lot more sense.
It's real-time intelligence in action.
Okay, now this graph-grounded chat thing, can you break that down a bit more?
Yeah, so graph-grounded chat lets you have an actual conversation with Copilot.
Okay.
Not just like barking orders at it, but asking it questions based on your stuff in Teams,
Mm-hmm.
in Microsoft365.com, even on copilot.microsoft.com.
So instead of saying like, write me a report, I could actually ask, hey, what were the key takeaways from that client meeting last week? And it
Exactly.
would actually know.
It's like having a coworker who has perfect recall of all your meetings, documents, and emails.
Hold on, back up a second. How does it actually do all that?
Uh-huh. Okay, let's break it down.
The article talks about grounding and LLMs, which sound a bit intimidating.
Right, grounding is basically Copilot getting super specific instructions.
Okay.
It takes your request, let's say, summarize this research paper, and it combines that with details about what you're working on and the data it's allowed to see.
Gotcha. So it's not just blindly searching everything.
Exactly. It's like giving it a detailed map to navigate your information.
Okay, that makes sense. But what about these LLMs?
Ah, yes, the LLMs.
Are we talking supercomputers here?
Think of LLMs, large language models, like a team of expert researchers.
Okay.
You give them a question, and they instantly scan through mountains of information
Mm-hmm.
to find the most relevant and insightful answers.
So it's like I'm feeding my request and all the relevant data to this crack team of researchers,
Pretty much.
and they spit out a polished response.
Yeah, and the more you interact with Copilot, the better it understands your unique needs and preferences.
So it's like they're constantly learning and refining their approach based on my feedback.
Yeah.
Now I know what you're thinking, data privacy.
Always a concern.
The article mentions some resources for understanding how Copilot handles your information.
Right, and it's important to emphasize that Copilot only accesses data within Microsoft 365 that you've specifically given it permission to see.
So no sneaky business.
Nope, it plays by the rules of your existing security settings.
Okay, so we've got this super smart AI that can access my data in real time, but how does this actually translate into getting things done?
Ah, that's the fun part.
Yeah,
Let's dive into some specific examples.
let's do it. So how does this actually help me get things done?
Let's start with email.
Okay, everyone uses that.
Right, so you're in Outlook, and you're staring at this monster email thread with replies going back and forth.
Ugh, yeah, I hate that.
Instead of spending precious minutes scrolling, you just ask Copilot to give you a summary.
Okay,
Bam, it pulls out the key points, decisions made action items, and you're instantly up to speed.
okay, that's helpful.
Think about all the time you'd save.
Right. What about when you're not sure how you sound in an email?
Like your tone.
Yeah, exactly.
Copilot can actually help you there too. It analyzes your message and gives you suggestions on tone.
Mm-hmm.
Clarity even flags potential misunderstandings before you hit send.
Wow, no more passive-aggressive replies.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move on to PowerPoint.
Yeah, PowerPoint is where Copilot really shines.
Okay.
Say you're prepping for a presentation. Instead of starting from scratch, you can feed Copilot a simple prompt, like a Word doc, with your ideas.
Okay.
And it can generate an entire presentation.
The whole thing.
Slides, imagery, the whole shebang. And it can even make sure everything's formatted according to your company's brand guidelines.
Okay, so no more spending hours fiddling with slide layouts?
Exactly.
What about when you're just stuck, like staring at a blank slide?
Copilot can help there too. Think of it like a brainstorming buddy. It can give you summaries of your existing content or even make formatting changes across your whole deck.
It's like having a design assistant on call.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Excel?
Oh, Excel.
So many people live and breathe spreadsheets.
All right, so imagine you have a massive spreadsheet with tons of data.
Hmm.
Copilot can analyze it all, suggest formulas, even recommend different types of charts to help you visualize everything.
So no more spending hours Googling Excel formulas.
Exactly.
That is a lifesaver.
I know, right?
Does Copilot work for teams or just individuals?
It works for both.
Yeah.
It can supercharge collaboration.
How so?
So let's say you're working with your team in Microsoft Loop. You can all contribute and refine ideas in real time with Copilot's help.
So it's like having a virtual facilitator.
Right. It can summarize discussions, suggest next steps, and even help you stay aligned on goals.
That's a lot better than going back and forth over email.
Way better.
The article mentioned something about Copilot in Teams meetings.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what can it do?
Imagine you're in a Teams meeting and someone asks a question about a project that you honestly can't remember the details of.
Happens all the time.
Right. So with Copilot, you can discreetly type a question in the side panel, and it will analyze the meeting transcript in real time to give you the information you need.
No more awkward silences.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
And after the meeting, it can summarize key points, identify action items, even assign owners to those tasks.
So it's basically like a super secretary for your meetings.
Basically.
We haven't even talked about OneNote yet.
Oh, OneNote, the digital haven for all our ideas.
Yes.
Copilot can draft an outline, generate ideas, create to-do lists, even help you search through your notes to find exactly what you need.
Wow, so it really can do it all.
Pretty much.
What about Microsoft Forms?
Oh, yeah. You can use Copilot to create forms and surveys.
So like if I need to send out a survey to my team.
Copilot can help you draft questions, suggest different formats, and even ensure your questions are clear and unbiased.
So it really is like having a research expert guiding you.
Exactly.
We've covered so much. It's incredible to see how Copilot's being integrated across Microsoft 365.
I know, it's amazing.
Let's bring it back to that graph-grounded chat. What makes that so special?
With graph-grounded chat, you're not limited to talking to Copilot within just one app. It's like having a central AI hub that's connected to all your stuff and can answer your questions no matter where you are.
So I could be working on a document in Word, then jump over to Teams to chat with Copilot about a related project, and it would all be seamlessly connected.
Exactly. It's like having a super smart assistant who follows you wherever you go, always ready to lend a hand.
That is the future.
It really is.
This has been an awesome journey so far.
Yeah, definitely.
I bet our listeners' head is spinning with possibilities right now.
I think so.
Let's recap the key takeaways and then talk about what our listener can do to start using Copilot.
Sounds good.
So much cool stuff about Copilot.
Yeah, I know it's hard to keep track of it all.
What are the big things for our listener to remember?
I think the most important takeaway is that Copilot isn't here to replace you.
Okay.
It's like a super-powered sidekick using your data and the way you work to make you even more productive, creative, and collaborative.
So it's like AI amplifying our abilities.
That's it.
I like that.
And to really unlock that power, it helps to understand how Copilot actually works.
Yeah, all that stuff we talked about.
The grounding, those amazing LLMs
Right.
and that graph-grounded chat thing, it's a game changer.
Yeah. Once you get those concepts, I feel like you can use Copilot with a lot more confidence.
Absolutely.
And I mean, we covered some amazing applications.
We did.
From creating presentations and documents to analyzing data and even, navigating those tough meetings.
Yeah, Copilot can be a real lifesaver.
I'm sure our listeners are excited to try all this out.
Me too.
What would you challenge them to do?
Dive in and experiment.
Okay.
The Microsoft Learn article mentions some great resources,
Okay.
including this thing called Copilot Lab.
What's that?
It's where you can try out different prompts and see how Copilot responds.
Oh, cool. Like a sandbox.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great way to get a feel for what Copilot can do.
And the more you use it, the better it gets.
Right. It's all about learning your style and fitting into your workflow.
This has been an amazing deep dive. I feel like
Okay.
so inspired by what Copilot can do.
It really is a remarkable tool that can transform the way we work.
Couldn't agree more. Well, to our listener, we hope you're feeling inspired too. Now that you know how it works, what will you ask Copilot to do?
The future of productivity is in your hands.
And on that note, this has been another deep dive.
It has.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.
See you later.